at my Brooklyn, go see Chirac, Southside, C12, 911, grrr to the Riasi, we still outside. Mine on the richest, heart in the trenches. You can't throw dirt on the underground, we thrive in it. Ghana boy stocks on the rise, Charlie, this flex know they ready. See, we were not the ride nobody wave, we the ones who started with it. Translation, Yani had to buy, Yani had yet.
Well, we knew snow was a possibility for this game, and the weather was happy to oblige with a nice layer of white over Pittsburgh's Acrisure.
Hey, DJ Mosky, let's get it. We the champions here in Los Angeles. We doing numbers. Bringing home victory straight out the huddle. I met the plug, introduced to my brother. My squad superior, ain't none above us. We doing numbers. Gang in the building, we taking it over. Call the promoters. I just put up in this thing with my soldiers. I blew it and I'm still. Last minute I'ma need me some. Call up Khalifa. Bring the in the. You know I stay with some bad little baby. TGOD baby, no that's a gang gang. Crazy girls after the game. We going honest, we going insane. Pouring this. Yeah, homies got me pouring this. We get awards where we give God the glory. I'm shooting my shot and most times I be scoring. Do this for my city, I bring on the trophy. Feel like Freddie Mercury, we the champions here in Los Angeles.
Well, we knew snow was a possibility for this game, and the weather was happy to oblige with a nice layer of white over Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium, and we got more snow on the way. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Houston Texans and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mills looking to the air right away. Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Mills now. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
So 2 incompletions have led him to an early 3rd and 10. To throw, Mills. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
Brandon, there have been some memorable snow games for championships in the NFL. 1948, Philadelphia Eagles, Chicago Cardinals.
Well, the most famous one in my lifetime, I think, is got to be 01, right? Raiders, Patriots, to send the Patriots to the Super Bowl.
The tuck roll, didn't you? Yeah, I think that's one people remember. But I also know this. In Miami, the infamous one, the snowplow game in New England, when they went out there and the Patriots had a guy come out and clear a spot on the field for their field goal kicker to kick the game winner.
Is that 82?
That was 82, and the Dolphins fans will never forget it.
Well, we're not seeing one of those famous games here, but it's fun to be in the snow nonetheless. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 31-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 31. Throw left side complete. That's Montgomery. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game. And you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Texans will jump on top of the game's first score here this afternoon. So with a missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. Now third down is looming, a pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the... He's got a man, complete! And he steps out of bounds all the way up at the midfield stripe. A huge play there for Houston. 46 yards. Well, that'll help get you out of danger. So much for playing it conservatively back towards your own goal line.
That aggressive mentality, sometimes you can use it, and they did there against a defense who probably thought to themselves, there's no way they take a shot here this deep in their own territory.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And they'll get him down here at about the 42.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Second down and 3. Mills. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 35. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A first down throw for Mills. Pressure comes and down he goes. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. From the shotgun, it's Mills. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 20-yard line. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
6-0 our score after 1. 2nd and 5. Throwing, Mills. This is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Texans go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they've played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimal level. At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw complete here on target to Tunyon. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. The Steelers had 8 and 6 now on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And looking at Houston defensively, they've got a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd. Here's Mahomes to throw. Swinging this out for Pollard. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
This carry, despite the extra effort, will be stopped short of the 10. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Mahomes going to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Austin Seibert sets up for the field goal try from 28 yards out. Seibert's kick is good, and that lead is back down to 9 now. So from an offensive perspective, at least able to get on the board here right in front of the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, now it's time to talk about complementary football, isn't it? Because if the defense can force a 3 and out, there could be enough time on the clock that they can get the ball back for their offensive guys and maybe put some more points on the board before the half.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Garoppolo on first down. Here's back-to-back catches for Davante Adams. They go right back to him for 20 and a first.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains, and really it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity.
And this throw will be intercepted. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. Dashing through the snow. 20, 10. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six. Steeler touchdown. You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead? Not so fast. That pick six really changes the complexion. Probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now. Probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And the lead is down to 2. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Tony Pollard, 34 yards. And the Steelers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead is up to 5. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Fields it right around the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Working with a 2nd and 3. Play action now. Mills. He's got a man. Complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. On 1st and 10, Mills. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Mills again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. That'll give him 8 that time, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. Looking to throw is Mills. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
This one complete to Tunyon underneath. So we are at halftime here on Christmas Eve as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. On play action, it's Mahomes. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. To throw, it's Mahomes. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there. Mahomes now on 1st down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Now a give here to Pollard. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down. Mahomes now to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Brandon Ayuk, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Steelers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Seibert up and good, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. scoring the touchdown. Here's Seibert now to kick it off. This taken in at the goal line. Oh, good return up past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
First down, Mills. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown. And Charles, for this offense, those interception rolls they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick six.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. As confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Another try after the first down sack. Mills. He's got a man here. It's Montgomery. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. I love that play because in the snow you think run, run, run. Big passing play there.
And defenders hate it, especially in open space, because trying to come under control, break down, and make a tackle in the open field, difficult in normal conditions. In these conditions, almost impossible.
The gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. Working out of the gun, Mills. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 42. A good pickup there at 22. Mills now looks to throw on first down. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
On play action, Mills. Montgomery, another target and catch. They find some open field here. We're off to the 4th quarter here on Christmas Eve. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Bengals on first down. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. The quick slant caught. Only a yard in the completion. It's second and goal. And they'll throw again. Here's Mills. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Texans have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept him out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on him. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
From just inside the 20, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
On 2nd and inches, Mahomes. He's got a man complete. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 53 yards. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
Pollard going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Zach Ertz, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Mahomes now going to lead his guys up for the 2-point try. They'll look to throw. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head, because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about it.
And now the rookie's free. Past the 20. Touchdown, Houston. So that's going to be a nice one for the passing stats, and that's how it will go down in the stat sheet. But the success of that play, no doubt, all thanks to the talents of the wideout.
Oh, he was definitely the recipient of good blocking as well, especially at the line of scrimmage. And once he got around the corner, you got the sense that no one was going to get it. Really nice ball handling, too, in order to get it to him.
And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time,
the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They go play action. Now Mahomes. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tonyan. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Robert Tonyan, 39 yards. And the Steelers are closing in on a 9th victory on the year as they extend their lead. Mahomes will throw for it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Marcus May with a pick.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
And they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
They go play action. Mills. And throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
This has been a rough one to put it mildly for them, and after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Mills, 4th down, gotta have it. He hits Adams, complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they pick up a big chunk of yards to boot. 18 of them. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. From 17 yards out. And the Texans are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point right down the middle. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally. But here comes the onside kick. And it's the Steelers that come up with it. And that should just about do it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. On second down, it's Pollard. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The first down line at the 34 here on third down. Now Mahomes. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. Mahomes going to throw it here. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Texans are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the fourth.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
One last shot from Mills. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Steelers, it's a critical win for them as it gets them to 9-6 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Texans, things get even uglier now as they fall to 2-13. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the